really, I mean, Tyler gave the cues, guys. Hey, I'm the head judge here. I'm telling you, this is what I want to see. I want to see you 10% sharper, and you're in there, man. You're in there. Let's just listen to me. And
So
Chris
first
says,
of all, you have to understand when Chris says something, at some point I had to agree with that. So
yeah,
I can't put it all on because we're a team,
yeah,
and I can't hop in a life raft and just escape from it. As a
yeah,
team, we failed. We failed Andrew. We failed him. No, both, not just Aceto, both.
yeah,
So this is what we want, and we were ahead of everybody because we just did a show and we got in shape really really well, and we were on the same page. And then the team decided to go the other way, and that's not what they asked.
no,
So that's why it's my fault. I should have said no, it's not happening. I should have put my foot down, and I should have said now. Just now, I haven't talked to Chris, but I did speak to Andrew.
yeah.
We have spoke because I would fire us if I was Andrew.
All right, guys, welcome back to another episode of Muscle Discord, and I got a very special guest back on the show, Chris Psycho Lewis. Man, welcome back. It's good to hear from you. I know you had a crazy busy Olympia weekend, and you're busy as always with clients. So thank you for taking the time to come on and discuss Andrew Jacked and everything that happened in the weekend, everything that led up to the Olympia, Texas, everything. Love to get your opinion on what happened and your feedback. And the fans are definitely waiting to hear from you and kind of what happened this Olympia weekend.
Right.
Yeah,
Right. Thank you for having me.
no problem. All right. So first question, um, I guess let's start with just what's on everyone's mind here first is the Olympia weekend. Leading into the Olympia weekend, it looked like the training was going awesome between you and Andrew. He was focused. It was like you're giving us full access to his training and updating us like daily. It was really awesome the transparency you gave to the rest of the world about Andrew Jacked and his training. And it looked like everything was just going fine, right? And we get to the Olympia, and then even talking about Andrew leading into the show, you're like, he's progressing well, he's looking good. You were confident in everything, so we were like all
Hmm.
excited, and I was excited. I was like, this guy could win the Mr. Olympia. I made a video about that. I was like, sounding from how he's training and how he seems focused, the face looks chiseled, sucked in cheeks. I was like,
Hmm.
okay,
Hmm.
this guy he's not playing around. Like this is for real. Let's do this time. He's got the ability to be a Mr. Olympia champion. It looks like it's coming together this time for the Olympia. So that's just a little bit of context. Chris, break it down for us. How was he leading into the Olympia, and then kind of he came in fifth again. Okay, 2 years in a
Hmm.
row, fifth place. We all expected him to kind of bump up a bit there, maybe win the whole thing, and he
Hmm.
secured fifth again. So enough for me talking. Everyone wants to hear from you, so we'll let you break it
Okay.
down.
All right. So I'm doing this because I think Andrew and myself and Aceto, we promised you guys more than what we delivered. And I think that we need to give an explanation of what happened. And I'm on here to give a true explanation of what's been happening.
Yeah,
So everything is true. So we go into Texas and we do things. Okay, first of all, as a team, I'm not assigning blame to Aceto. Andrew only does what he's told. Like he doesn't do anything more. And even if I ask Andrew, "You want to train chest today?" He'll say whatever you say.
yeah,
Like he just totally lets go. And when an athlete does that, it's very as a trainer coach, you can't blame anybody because he doesn't push back. Now, if something hurts, like a movement he doesn't like, he doesn't feel good, then he'll speak up and say, that hurts my shoulder or that hurts my wrist or whatever. So,
yeah,
but he doesn't complain, but it's something that comes when he will voice an opinion. So, because people think we don't talk at all, I have my assistants, we basically talk through them. I'm kind of in the back, and what I do, I assert myself only when needed to make sure, but I'm always there, always watching, totally seeing, but I'm back in case he's really low one day and I got to come in there and motivate him to go. So I save myself as like an arsenal to insert myself only as needed. We don't laugh, we don't joke, it's all business. So, so it happened last year at the Olympia, and the same thing happened this year at the Olympia. And it's a meltdown between Aceto and myself. Let's just be honest. We're on different programs, different plans. Now, I love Aceto. He's one of the best coaches out there. And I brought Aceto into this. So when Andrew reached out to me, I said, hey, what do you think about bringing in Aceto? And he says, I don't know him. I said, well, I work really well with him. That's what I told him. So let's bring him in. Andrew didn't ask me. I brought him in. So that's more reason why I think it's falls on me, because I brought him in. But we worked together many times. Before Shine Road, we worked together. But just this time, we have different approaches of how Andrew should be. And it seems like in Texas, like for the first Arnold, same page.
Yeah.
For this last Texas, same page. But both Olympias, we didn't agree.
Okay.
This
So
is
what's
honest. We just don't agree.
okay? Yeah, and that's thank you for being transparent. And so what do you think is like what's the thing that you're not agreeing on for the Olympia? What's the friction there, I guess?
Sorry.
Oh, sorry. I said, so what's the thing that you and Chris aren't agreeing on when it comes to the Olympia final prep?
Okay. How Andrew should be presented. Now, you have to understand, work with a multitude, trained of top guys in the world.
Sorry, is it your internet? I know we're just gonna stop you there for a second. We know your internet's kind of choppy, so it is kind of lagging a little bit. So just gonna let it catch up there. It's working good now. So we kind of left off with you and Chris with the not friction, but just the agreement on what happens for the Olympia prep.
Right. So like I said, it happened before. Then again, it happened again. So there was really no excuse for the way we showed up, because Tyler Mannion put out a video just for us, telling us what to do. And he said, this is a starting point, sharper from here, and he would be in the running for winning the Mr. Olympia.
Yep.
And I say we didn't do that. We went the other way.
Yeah.
We went bigger.
Bigger. Yeah. And that was said on, that was also, there's proof of that because he did say that on the RX interview he did with Dave, that he's, over 300 pounds. And we were all like, whoa, he's 300. I mean, that's how do you get tighter when you're kind of going up in weight? Because he was 288 at finals in Texas, I think. Right.
So it's not a secret what I'm saying, because Chris said this online.
Yeah.
He said on RX Muscle that he wanted to bring him in bigger.
Yes.
And I was not on board with that at all.
No.
And the simple reason, he told us, Tyler Mannion told us exactly what he wanted. He didn't say bigger, he said tighter.
Yep.
And that's where the friction began. Starting this prep, starting from the day after he made that video.
Okay.
And that's just being honest. Being honest. It's not Andrew's fault at all. He didn't cheat on his diet. He didn't miss any workouts. He didn't do anything he wasn't supposed to. I'm training him to bring him down, and Chris was trying to get him bigger. That's it.
Yeah, I mean, it really is that simple. I mean, it's just, we could tell that he wasn't as sharp as Texas.
Right.
And I think we were all like, man, if he just would have brought even just a Texas look, he would have been right up in there. Yeah.
Exactly.
So go ahead.
No, sorry, go ahead. No, you go ahead.
Well, just like, so why do you think Chris wanted to, obviously he's, Samson's there, so he thinks, okay, he's got to compete with Samson size-wise.
Right.
But I mean, even a 288 Andrew Jack would be fine against the Samson. I think Samson was 305 or something on the stage order, so he says.
Right.
So I mean, it's just interesting that Chris wanted to go toe to toe weight wise with Samson, when really, I mean, Tyler gave the the cues, guys. Hey, I'm the head judge here. I'm telling you, this is what I want to see. I want to see
Mhm.
you 10% sharper, and you're in there, man. You're in there. Let's
Right.
just listen to me. And
So
Chris to
first of
see
all,
that.
you have to understand when Chris says something, at some point I had to agree with that. So
Yeah,
I can't put it all on because we're a team,
yeah,
and I can't hop in a life raft and just escape from it. As a
yeah.
team, we failed. We failed Andrew. We failed him. No, both, not just Aceto, both. So it was
Well, but you know what? But Chris, I see you putting in the work though. You're in the gym, like you're with this guy
mhm,
day in, day out, pushing him.
mhm,
You like obviously you want him to win. You want the best for Andrew. You're fully invested
mhm.
in him with your team, everyone there at Camp Psycho. You guys put in all this work, and it must be extremely frustrating that you have a different mindset of where you want to bring him in. But obviously, Chris is his nutrition coach, and
Mhm.
you're just following the protocol. And it's yeah, man. It's like I wouldn't say you failed him. I mean, you did what you needed
No.
to do, but I know you'd want to take the high road and be like, hey, I'll take where
Okay.
it's a team effort, right? So I get that. Yeah,
So I was talking to my brother,
yeah,
and I told him, I said, I'm going to make a statement saying that I failed the team. And he was like, no, you didn't. You didn't do that. But let's say you and I are driving, right?
yeah,
And I say, hey, Matt, that's a that's a cliff, and we're going to drive over the cliff.
yeah,
And you say, no, I know. I said, and I know for a fact it's a cliff.
yeah,
If I let you drive over that, it falls back on me because you don't know any better.
yeah,
I should have insisted whatever it took to do what Tyler Mannion wanted, and I didn't.
yeah,
I stepped back and I said, okay, let me not show Andrew we're fighting. Let me go along. Blah blah blah. Maybe he is right, and
yeah,
but I knew he was wrong. That's why it's my fault. Chris didn't think he was wrong.
yeah,
He didn't think that. He thought, and to answer your question, he thought he would come in and dwarf everybody, and we would win.
yeah,
But if you wasn't at prejudges, let me tell you how prejudging went. Now I was backstage,
yeah,
and so when Andrew walked out, and let me tell you now, whether they want to admit it or not, when you first come into the pro ranks, they say we want to see this, 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 and this.
yeah,
That's what they request. And until you give them that, they're not going to reward you. So as soon as Andrew turned around and they saw those glutes and hams were not what they wanted,
yeah,
and the trademark waistline wasn't what they wanted, they said, step to the right.
yeah,
That was it. They're not going to let him battle with Hottie and Samson and Derek when he didn't do what was requested of him. And we knew what was requested of him, and we did not do it. So they're not
yeah,
going to let him fight with Samson. It's not going to happen.
yeah,
So this is what we want. And we were ahead of everybody because we just did a show and we got in shape really, really well, and we were on the same page. And then, the team decided to go the other way, and that's not what they asked.
no,
So that's why it's my fault. I should have said, no, it's not happening. I should have put my foot down, and I should have said, now, I haven't talked to Chris, but I did speak to Andrew.
yeah,
We have spoke because I would fire us if I was Andrew. I would fire us
yeah,
because we did it twice. So there's no way the people that beat Andrew, from what I see in the pictures of my phone, should have beat him. I would have fired us, both of us, because we failed him. So that's just being honest. And I say
yeah,
we
yeah,
failed him. I can't
yeah,
say, oh, Andrew, because Andrew stays with me. I'm telling
yeah,
you, he's not cheating on his diet. He does his cardio. He does everything he says. So I can't blame him. When a client cheats and goes off and does that, you can kind of like
yeah.
but he doesn't do that.
No, he doesn't seem like that. That's the type of guy he is. He's
No, he's not.
committed, right?
He's committed.
Yeah, yeah,
So
um,
he trusts the process, and he trusted the process, and we failed him.
yeah. Andrew puts it. He says it too. He says he puts it in your hands. Like you're the conductor. I'm on the train. You guys just drive that train for me, and that's it.
Exactly.
Right. So, and he stuck by you guys.
The first
And
time we did it.
yeah, because he
The
he
first
he
time
does believe in
last
you.
year.
Yeah,
Right.
and you have had success with him. You have won shows with him. I mean, it
Right.
isn't like you haven't been successful with him. So he does see that, but then when it comes down to the Super Bowl of bodybuilding, then it's like,
Exactly. We
yeah,
dropped the ball, and we did it
yeah,
twice. We walked away from $600,000.
yeah, man, six, and that's yeah, yeah. But I mean, at the end of the day, it now it kind of makes sense why he wasn't. We were like, why aren't they putting Andrew in the mix? Why aren't they comparing him? And then like he's off to the
They don't.
side.
They don't do that. They don't do
Yeah,
that. They do.
yeah,
And then everybody has flaws. Andrew has
yeah,
24-inch arms, but
yeah,
then so they asked for them. Remember at the Arnold, they said, "You want to see his arms bigger?" Okay, we
and he
did
did.
that.
Yep.
So they said they want to see him hard. He's never been that hard. We did that.
Yeah.
We were given instructions harder from Texas, 4 or 5 pounds harder, and we
Yeah.
totally disregarded. We totally and went the other way. So why should they? Why should we battle Samson?
Yeah. Yeah.
We shouldn't.
They
Why should
did.
we battle Hadi? We shouldn't.
No, no. And they kind of did at the finals. They put him next to Samson and
Well,
finally got
he
to
got
see.
a little better. He got a little
Yeah.
better like that. So he actually worked his way up. But they people always think it's rigged or it's that, it's this. So let me tell you, people, when you walk after a show, you go to the judge and you ask him, what do you want to see from me? And you do exactly what they say.
Yeah.
Then you have an argument. If you say, hey, you wanted me to come in 5 pounds lighter, and I did, and you didn't reward me. And then you have an argument. But everybody
Mhm.
told me the same thing they told me other times. Glutes and hams, glutes and hams, glutes and hams. Big Steve. Every judge walked up to me.
Yeah.
Man, we wanted to, but the glutes and hams.
Yeah.
Now, it doesn't matter if Derek glutes are not in, what they were. Doesn't matter if Hottie, it doesn't matter. They want to see it from you, and you
Yeah.
better give them what they want.
Yeah. Yeah.
So, so now we're on the same page.
Okay. Okay. Because you're going into the
Andrew and I,
Arnold.
we still have to talk to Aceto. I still have to talk to Aceto.
Okay. 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 So you said you and Chris are on the same.
No, Andrew and I
Okay.
are on the same page.
Okay. Okay. Because he was like right away. This was before the Olympia. He said, I'm doing the Arnold, both
Of course.
the Ohio and the UK, and that's still on. And he hasn't
Yes.
deviated from that and said, hey,
No, because
Chris.
he knows how he looked leading up to the show. It's just
Yeah.
when it got to a certain point when we should have done that, we went back the other way, and we shouldn't have done that.
Okay. Okay.
And I signed on as well.
Yeah.
Right? I
Yeah.
signed on as well, reluctantly, but I signed on as well. And I should have put my foot down and insisted no.
Yeah.
I should have did. I should have did that, and I didn't. So Chris Aceto and myself, we failed Andrew for the second time.
Yeah.
It's just the truth.
Well, it's the truth, and you're being very transparent, and people are going to respect that. And hopefully, moving into the Arnold, maybe obviously everyone can still work together as a team, come together, have a meeting, say, hey, this is how we kind of fucked up, and now let's regroup here and make sure that we are in agreement on which direction we're going. And if we're not, then I'm out, or so I'm not going to go along with this
No,
again,
that's
type
what
of
it
thing.
was.
Yeah. Yeah.
If when I talked to Andrew today, which we rarely talk, if Andrew would have said, I want to come in bigger, this will be a whole different interview. I would have stepped
Hmm.
away. I would have stepped
Yeah.
away because I
Okay.
don't like to lose.
No, you don't. Look how like you are 100% committed to this, man, and the training
Right.
and everything you do. So we don't question that at all. It's just
Right.
it's sad that all that effort and that 4 weeks of training day in day out with Andrew
Mhm.
to get the
Yeah,
same result, and you
the
got
same result.
yeah, you had the blueprint in front of you, Tyler, and
He gave us the cheat code. He told us how
yeah,
to win the Olympia, and we totally disregarded it.
because
So,
you shocked that Texas. He was like, holy shit, this guy. The glutes were showing. He was crisp. He was full.
and that's what happens when Aceto and I are on the same page.
Yeah.
That's what happens.
Yep.
When we're on the same page, we are a dream team.
Yep.
We are. We talk every day. We share pictures. Hey, what did you see? And the reason I could have brought in Milos, I could have brought in anybody.
Yep.
The reason I brought Chris in is because I agree with his approach so well. We've never disagreed only on this one athlete.
Yeah.
This is the only time we ever disagreed, but we disagree dramatically. So this is what I think. Let's say it's a talent show.
Yeah.
If you're a rapper, why would you get up there and sing? You wouldn't. Just stick to what you do is best. Andrew, the tighter he gets, the more symmetry he has. It just gets better and better and better. And even 5 pounds can blur his lines. He didn't even have his trademark waistline.
The waist, that's what we were noticed. Like, so that's what it was. It was just too many carbs, or it was just too much water, or what? Like, what do you
Trying to
think?
we tried to push him back the other way.
Yeah.
You had to push
So
away.
you
In the hotel light. See, you understand, bodybuilding, you can be great in the hotel, but when you stand next to Derek, he's gonna exploit your weaknesses.
yeah,
When you stand next to Hottie, you thought your chest was striated, but you stand next to Hottie, you go, wow, it's not really striated. Oh,
yeah,
I thought I was big until I stood next to Samson.
yeah,
But we cannot beat Samson. We can't beat Hottie. We can't beat Derek. We only can beat ourselves. And that's why Samson won, because Samson beat himself.
yeah. He can improve.
Derek went to third because Derek didn't beat himself.
Yeah,
And that's how bodybuilding is judged. Yes, they put them next to each other, but the meter in that judge's mind, what Andrew was thinking, Texas, and we know what you
yeah,
can be. And
yeah,
we didn't give them that. So my brother, he was like, dude, that's career ending. You're going to be, no, I don't care if it ruins my career. I'm not going to blame it on Andrew. I'm not going
no,
to slowly blame it on Aceto. I blame it on both of us. And
yeah,
we let Andrew down. But I will promise it won't happen again.
no. I don't
No.
think it's gonna happen again. No, I think you guys see it doesn't work when you try and bringing him in bigger. He just looks softer and like he's holding water, and it doesn't. You can't really put much muscle on in that short period of time, anyways. So just stick to the formula, keep him shredded, keep him dry,
Stick
and
to what we know works. That's right,
yeah,
Matt. We have to stick to
yeah.
what's worked. We don't try to. He's a big guy. We don't have to try to make him big. He's a
No,
big guy.
man. 280s
So
is big enough for
you're
him,
right.
right?
You're totally right.
Like, say, so going into the Arnold, hopefully that's the plan. You guys stick in that 280s. It seems like the right formula for him at that weight. He can come in there and man, he can shock people at the Arnold. He can do it. If I know Samson just won, but I mean, if you can bring in a Texas Andrew to an Arnold, Ohio 2025,
Right.
that'll be the battle between those two guys, I think, coming up here. And
Yeah.
man, everyone's going to
So
look forward to that.
Aceto and I will convene. We've
Yeah.
always gotten along, but I'm not gonna get on here and lie and say he was
Yeah.
sick, or I'm not gonna do that to you guys. And you
Yeah.
guys are smarter than that. You guys are
Yeah.
smarter than that. No,
Yeah. And,
we just had a different opinion and try to bring him in too big. That's it.
and
He
was there
wasn't.
any,
He wasn't never out of shape.
no,
Everything was going well. It just at the end, instead of continuing, when we
yeah.
no,
Yeah. The other
didn't
way.
work.
And
That's
to
it.
put it again, to just to reconfirm, there was never any, like you've already made a video, but there was never any injury to his
No,
midsection.
no,
No,
not at all.
so
No, I can't even make up an excuse and say, well, he was hurt. And no,
yeah,
that would be a lie. I'm not going to do it. No,
yeah,
he was never hurt. He was
yeah,
never out of my sight more than 3 hours at a time.
yeah,
It just, none of this stuff happened. He's totally committed to this bodybuilding thing. He loves it. And he wasn't even angry about it because like I said, Samson won. And I tell you, that's Andrew and I's brother, and we're happy that he won. That
yeah.
shows us that the trajectory of bodybuilding is on the way that we wanted. And
It's gonna,
I could see screenshots of DM, and I told Samson, I said, dude, I don't care who wins.
yeah,
As long as you and Andrew are first and second, I don't
yeah,
care.
yeah,
So I was backstage with Samson's wife the whole time. She and I text in the inbox all the time.
yeah,
Totally not upset about that. Totally not upset about that. I feel bad for Derek because Derek was,
yeah.
man,
He was
it
hurt.
was crushed. He was crushed, bro. And he put on a good front for the
Yeah,
camera, but backstage he was crushed, and his wife felt it, and I felt his pain, and
yeah,
I don't know what it feels like to even be in that show, let alone win or lose. But I just feel bad for those guys when they
yeah,
lose. Martin, he was 5 feet off the ground the whole night, and Martin was so in shape. Even
yeah.
sitting back there for hours and hours, his body didn't fade at all.
Wow.
And he kept posing the whole time. And backstage was the camaraderie of bodybuilding at this point now. And this is why I came back on your show,
Yeah.
because I don't want our last interaction to be that. I
No,
can't. I don't want that's
no.
not a good image for us to put
Oh,
out there.
no. On my
So
end, yeah, 100%. And
yeah,
that's something that, you make mistakes and you go down the wrong track there, and, you got to come back
yeah,
and come around, and yeah,
yeah. So like I said before, any chance I can to uplift bodybuilding, I would do that.
yeah,
And like I said before, I think even on stage and off stage, and you and I that are kind of behind the scenes,
yeah,
we have to be examples for everybody as well. So,
yeah, yeah.
Matt,
No,
that's what happened, brother. That's what happened.
Well, no, I appreciate it, and then one last thing, just with the posing, because everyone always comes up, and even myself or Ron Harris or Phil, even last night Phil Kahari, we were
Hmm.
talking about Andrew's posing, and
Hmm.
we it's even Andrew admits like, hey, I'm calm. That's who I am. I'm not like an aggressive guy on stage and all of
Hmm.
that. And then also Chris Cormier also points out like if he can improve his posing, if he just can improve it,
Hmm.
is there any? Does anyone work with his posing? Is it you that works with the posing? Is it someone else or?
Okay, so let me explain. You guys didn't really complain about his posing at Texas.
No, we didn't. For the most part,
Now,
no. I
now,
don't
now let's well, now why you think that was that you didn't complain about it in Texas?
because he
And
looked
uh-huh,
because
go
he looked
ahead.
great. He just looks good. Like there's nothing to yeah,
He presented the package better.
yeah,
Even when he went against Hunter, who was one of the best poses, no one complained about his posing.
yeah,
When Andrew, yes, what you guys see Andrew, a lot of people think they know him, but he's a very shy individual,
yeah,
extremely
yeah,
shy individual. Now he looks like this guy, this huge guy, but he's a really shy, very calm person.
yeah.
And when he doesn't look good, he's not like Chris Cormier
Okay,
that did
okay,
100 shows or Dexter Jackson or Victor Martinez. He's still a newbie to the sport and he
yeah,
hasn't learned to master the stage presence. So
okay,
even when he was on the stage, I go, why is he doing it? We've never practiced that pose like that.
yeah.
And I just think his nerves that get him,
Nerves.
and we have to get over that. We have to get
Yeah,
over that. Like a little insight. I'm gonna tell you when Andrew trains, it's only my staff in the gym.
yep,
It's only my staff. Like we have to clear the whole gym out, and I didn't want to shoot video.
yeah.
He wanted to give that to his fans. That wasn't me, and I
Okay,
was so surprised because Andrew he doesn't like people to see him in a very vulnerable situation.
yeah.
So like
Well,
when his music went bad, he just
yeah.
walked off because he
Oh
was
man, I would be upset too. Anyone would be upset. Like that's just
right.
you
But I
prepare the
think,
whole
but
year.
Dexter
Yeah,
Jackson and Chris Cormier and Flex Wheeler would have just rolled through it
yeah,
because they have the experience, and
yeah,
Andrew doesn't have that experience yet.
yeah, yeah. No, that
It's
makes
just,
sense. It
it's
makes
just, it's
sense.
just the truth. It's just the
And the
truth.
thing is, the thing is too, he's for his posing routines, he's awesome. He's a great, like he's really good at his posing
Hmm.
routines. Like,
Hmm.
and then if he could bring that into bring that style into the mandatories, where he has a little bit of grace in between the transitions, and like Samson Dauda does, it would make. I just think it would just bring that extra little pop to everything that he's got already. So, but
Right.
anyways, that's again, he is fairly new to the sport, guys. He's not 10, 12 years into the game. He's
Right.
not
It's not.
right.
Right.
So
You gotta
he's
remember
getting
everything he did before me. It really wasn't bodybuilding
no.
like base. It was just a guy working out in the gym. That's why the front of his body, and probably we all did it too when we were going to the
Yeah.
gym. We're not really thinking about back and
No,
hamstring tie-in because we
no.
don't even know what to think about it. He don't know about stepping on stage. That's
Yeah,
why his front of his body is so advanced, and his back of his body is kind of like coming into his own. But his
yeah.
back made tremendous
Oh
improvements
yeah,
from last year to this year
yeah,
because now he finally knows how to connect with his back.
yeah,
Hamstring tie-in is going to take a little bit longer. We can get it, but like
yeah,
he doesn't really have that connection yet. But
yeah,
he's a working process, and
yeah,
he'll get there, and he's more familiar with the stage. But if you ever been backstage at the Olympia, the mirrors are this big,
yeah,
and the guys' bodies are that big.
yeah,
So you're looking
yeah.
at all these guys, and you're like, whoa, look at Derek, look
Yeah.
at Bumstead, look at, and if you're not used to it, you can get very, very
They're
overwhelmed.
nervous. Yeah,
Yes,
yeah,
that's the
yeah,
exact words. And
yeah,
once again, I'm being totally honest. I hope Andrew doesn't get upset that I'm telling you guys, but
yeah.
it's just the truth. And being back there, there's no way that I could simulate that in my gym. Because I'm telling you,
No,
if you see Samson walk by, you think he's from another planet.
yeah,
Like and Bumstead in his clothes, he doesn't look like much of
no,
anything.
yeah,
But when he takes those clothes off, you're like, wow,
yeah,
you know, it's like that. So it's kind of hard to well, we'll get it. And I
exactly.
appreciate you for having me on, letting me
Yeah,
be honest.
yeah,
And like I said before, but I'm not gonna come on here and blow smoke up your butt.
yeah,
You've been doing interviews for a long time. You wouldn't know
yeah.
if I was lying to you.
I
So
know,
I'm not gonna do
100%.
that. But
You're
I
being
owe
honest.
it
I
to
can
you
tell
guys.
you're being honest. You're just
Yeah, I'm being
opening
totally
up.
honest.
Yeah,
Yeah, like I said,
no,
but it's not just Aceto. It's me. I signed on with it as well. I went along with it, but I should have pushed more. So that's why I think more of it falls in my lap because Aceto really thought what he was doing was the best way.
Yeah. And
So
hey, we're not robots. We're not all perfect, and we make mistakes, and we can learn from our mistakes. And I think it makes sense for you guys to stick together and just the formula does work, like you said, when you're all on the same page. So just go
right,
back to the same page, get ready
there
for
you
the
go,
Arnold, and shock the world in
there you go,
Ohio.
there you go.
Just do it, man.
Yeah,
So
but no taking to take nothing away from Samson. Like I said,
no,
for that was the second best gift I could have gotten that night was Samson taking
it
first.
shows you like, hey, 6'2", it's
Yeah,
back, man. It's back.
yeah,
Right there. So now Andrew
yes.
has some motivation. Be like, okay, like they
There
want
you
that
go.
talk, right? So
That's how we're looking at it. Yes,
yeah, yeah.
that's it.
So
But it was a great show, great for bodybuilding. Love the IFBB and the prize
yeah.
money.
Oh
And I
man.
predict that Arnold's gonna pop out seven
Oh
hundred
yeah.
thousand at the line.
There's motivation there, man. Come on, Andrew. Let's get it. Let's get it.
Yeah,
So
we got it.
awesome. Good. All right, brother. Well, I appreciate it. It was a good interview and a good insight and full transparency. So I appreciate that. The fans are going to appreciate it. So that's awesome on you and
Thank you. All right,
keep it
have me
rolling.
back anytime.
Okay.
And
Awesome.
come
I
on, like I
will.
said before, we talked about it, but I told you my internet sucks at the gym, and that's
Yeah.
the only reason I didn't do it. And this is like
Yeah.
that.
No,
All right,
100%. Awesome, man.
thank you, brother.
All right, guys. We will catch you on the next one. Peace.
Thank you.